Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's talk about creating the framework for your application. So in vibe coding, you are like the manager or the owner of this application. And what you're doing is you're hiring somebody, the AI, in order to make the code. So we have to think of things a little bit differently. Normally, you have your idea, you make the code, you're constantly checking it back and forth, making sure it works, right? And you're constantly testing it back and forth. A lot of those steps are skipped because you want to have a really good idea of what your design is and what to actually expect. Now, you could do this one of several ways. Remember, the IDE right here, the editor, you have this and it will create your application as you request it. The problem with it is that let me make an example. It's like if you have a house, you don't just design the house and then ask a contractor to build it, right? Because there are some changes that you may make along the way. And if they just build it, you may come back 6 to 12 months later and say, oh my gosh, this is not the house I wanted, right? But if you insert yourself gently, nicely. Don't be a jerk about it. And then you talk about the house and say, oh, maybe we should fix this. Maybe we should fix this for a lot more money, of course. Maybe we should fix this. Then the end product is more likely to be something that you wanted to begin with, right? And it's the same thing with the coding and application. You want to take it a stepwise approach, in my opinion, okay? Make some steps so that you could stop it and then you can go back and say, is that what I truly wanted? Is that what it looks like I wanted to do? Function like I wanted to do? If so, great. If not, let's change it. And so if you get the application to do too much at the same time, what ends up happening is going back might be a lot more confusing because you'll say, move this button over here and this over here and this over here. And it'll be much more of a pain in the butt, again, in my opinion. People have different experiences. That's just mine. The best way I like to do it is to create a to-do list. And so what I would say to it, and I'm going to do this under Grok Code Fast because it's free, okay? So create a todo.txt file. In it, document the steps needed to build a fully functional Flappy Bird game clone. Give it check boxes that we can check. I don't know if you have to write this, but I just spell it out. You only have to type it once. Check boxes that we can check off as we go down. Like how we say we, I include the AI in it. I'm like, that's in case they become sentient. I want to be their friend. So anyway, give it check boxes that we can check off as we go down the list. As we go off the list. Let's just do that. Okay. I think, and like AI, they think like humans. So I think so. Create that. So it's just going to create a simple to-do file. Okay. Created it. You can either reject the file or accept it. Usually I accept it, because they're allowed to write code here, okay? And so set up project, create main widget, add pipe spawning. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I could do this in one of a couple of different ways. I'm gonna say, add separate phases that I should use when creating the app. And so the development can go phase by phase. It said phases before. You could say step by step, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to assume that it knows that it's going to add it onto the to-do.txt file. Okay, so it did it. All right, good. So with necessary dependencies, I think that's already done. Let's just go through. And so it's going to say, let's do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And now I'm going to want to do a few things. So handle game states, playing, pausing, paused. Okay. Good. it looks pretty good, right? If I really was serious about this, I would go through this step by step and make some editing, right? I would say bird widget with basic rendering. And I'm going to say the bird should be purple and pink. Okay? So I'm just going to add a few things. Say, let's just do that because why not? And we can save it later and change it later. And we edit it. If you were really serious, it's a complicated program. It's I don't know, I'm thinking of any type of complicated program. It's like a Facebook clone or something like that. You may have like thousands of phases and each one is like really, really big. But we're going to keep this nice and simple and keep going from there. Okay? Thanks.